Rebrand of those garlic pieces.
All right.
I want some more.
Go ahead and mute for me, please. All right, we're going to chapter 13, Aesthetics, Advanced Topics and Treatments. Going over to the ebook. As you open it up, we'll go straight to the ebook.
Exit 908, exit 908.
One moment. Tell my students, hold on.
Hey y'all, miss y'all so much. I know Jada and Miss India did not tell me that they did not miss me back. Y'all hurt my feelings.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Like I'm over here doing my schoolwork. I miss you so much.
Yeah. Sure.
Can we mute for one?
What you say, Sonny?
Please mute for one moment, please, guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you guys. There we go. I'm sorry to interrupt y'all celebration, but I'm sure, Sonny, everybody misses you. I need some coffee right now. You think you can hook me up?
Oh, Miss D, you ain't gonna have no cream.
And you are absolutely right. Oh my goodness. No. Mm-hmm. But it's just, and I don't know. We don't know meat, so this will be the time that I could really eat any food I want from the restaurant.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness, but don't feel like it. So let's see. All right, y'all. Let's get in. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's see where we are. Okay. Here we go. So we stopped at pH scale, just really from the day, just wanted to do just a slight recap as far as pH. I wanted to send you something where they were talking about IPLs, and I want you to, I know when we learned about machines, you learned about IPLs, which are like laser machines, but it was some pretty bad results from an IPL on someone of a Fitzpatrick 2 and 3. Okay. And so pretty much you could see the grid on their shoulder, on their back. And they were saying that the young lady who did the laser treatment, she did not want to be responsible for it and pretty much blocked their calls and things of that nature. So somebody else now has to fix it or go in to do some resurfacing and things of that nature. So I believe the young lady probably had a certification or something, but and did not understand her. She probably had some training, but one day trainings are not going to work and putting laser on people. But I need to go in. I need to find it. I think it was in Amber. I think it was in one of those groups. But they couldn't find the lady, or the lady didn't want to have anything to do with it. She basically said, "Hey, it's not my problem anymore." I think she has a lack of education, or she did not understand her machine. She did not understand her laser. The last thing I'm going to say, when you see individuals in the beauty industry say they're doing like a China trip, have y'all heard of that before? They're doing a trip to China and they want you to go and you can see all of the machines and all of things for aesthetics when it comes to machines. So pretty much a trip to go see everything on Alibaba or AliExpress. And maybe one of those machines came from there. So sometimes you can have an inadequate machine or a cheap machine that maybe the electrical, when it gets crunked up too high, it gets too hot, it burns over, so it could have been a machine, could have been a lack of knowledge, or just a using it improperly in the wrong areas. It very well could have been the client, and the person did not catch it during the consultation. Whether she had her sign the form or not, we don't know, but it is a clear case of, yes, if the client wanted to take you to court, they could. Okay. If and because the lady is dodging them and not really wanting to be accountable for the issue that's going on with the client's skin now, that tells me she did not have the client on waiver. Okay, so y'all be Very, very careful. And this is also where your insurance could have came in, and whatever the client needed to be taken care of, or if they threatened suing or something, you had something to back you up. The insurance in place would have led you to a proper consultation, proper training, proper machines, things of that nature. So shortcuts are not always the way. Okay. Shortcuts are not always the way. So always remember that. Okay. We did briefly talk about the state requirements and things of that nature when it comes to chemical peels and so on and so on. And we're able to do up to like a 3.0. Okay. A 3.0. If you look at some companies, and that's really going to be your assignment this week, is to look at companies that offer those certain peels, and companies that offer those certain peels. What are the pHs that they offer them at? Because now you know. Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Good.
Most of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out while you take care of that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. All right, so yeah, we discussed the pH scale, what our state allows, and pretty much I'm going to detail the assignment on and post it. But it's going to be researching certain companies. You can pick the companies and researching their peels or their products that they offer for exfoliation, and learning a pH of those. And from there, since now you know where your client's skin is, you can make the determining factor which one would you like to use on your client. And so since this is where we left off, we're going to have a little quiz. And you guys can unmute. I can't go back and forth into the chat, but you definitely can unmute if you know the answer. I want to say, is Dallas on? Welcome back, Dallas. Dallas on. I know you're driving, but welcome back. Let's look, and we're just going to jump in. We look at the pH scale. The pH scale goes from 0 to what? pH scale, number-wise, goes from 0 to what? What does it do? Y'all hear me? Amber, I'm gonna always call on Amber because she was trying to get in. Amber, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
You're gonna be my sound check, Amber. Okay.
Okay.
So hear you, Miss D.
Okay, awesome. So can y'all see the screen?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. So when we look at the pH scale, it goes from 0 to what? Anybody?
0 to 14.
There you go. 0 to 14. How you doing? Good. I promise I'm talking to some people. Okay, so it goes from 0 to 14. And what do they call 0 to 6? What do they call 0 to 6, guys?
Acid.
There you go. And 8 to 14?
Alkaline.
Okay, let me get somebody else. What's 7?
Neutral.
That's all you need to know. Everything else is going to fall in the category. It's either going to be acidic, neutral, or it's going to be alkaline. Okay. If the number is furthest from 7, is it stronger or weaker?
Can you say that again? Your connection broke
I'm
up.
sorry. If the number on the pH scale is furthest from 7, is it stronger or weaker?
Weaker.
It is stronger.
Stronger? Okay, so alkaline is stronger?
No, you have weak alkalines and strong alkalines, and you have weak.
Okay. I see what you. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So all because the number it goes 0 to 14 doesn't mean there's a weak side or a strong side. Both of them have weak and strong sides. Since 7 is water, distilled water, anything close to 7 is going to be weaker. The further you go away from 7 on either side, that means the product is stronger. Okay, so when we look at one battery acid, we also look at Coca-Cola. All right, y'all remember when Coca-Cola first came out? What did they have in Coke? In Coca-Cola, I just told you the answer.
Okay.
Yes, and so it was definitely strong. So even without it, we don't know, but even without it, it's still, you can clean batteries, you can remove rust. And so it is still right up there with the pH in that battery acid area. So it is super strong. Okay. I remember being in the salon and individuals that will have that like the relaxer will be irritating the scalp or sensating the scalp. I don't want to say the B word, but we would rinse the relaxer out, and the owner was like, "Where's the Sprite? Get you some Sprite." And I was like, "Huh?" And we got the Sprite, and she poured the Sprite on the scalp. Please, I was telling her, please tell me what you were doing. She was saying that it calms the scalp down. It calms the scalp down. I was like, for me being the nerd, I'm thinking an acid like that just causes it to lift. And they didn't want to understand my analogy when it came to that. So we always differed. And I said, I'm never putting a Coke or a Sprite on someone's scalp again because the relaxer had already lifted it. And you putting acid on top of it, it's just going to lift again. So they didn't understand it, and they picked that up from somebody else doing it in a salon. And that's when we go to sometimes doing stuff that doesn't have a purpose. When you think about what's high in alkaline, you think of bleach, ammonia, relaxer. Okay, you think of floor cleaners are not as strong as ammonia. So that's out the window. Okay, so bleach, ammonia, things of that nature, all of that is in that latter part of alkaline, the latter part of alkaline. So we have to sit here and you look at ingredients, and we've talked about baking soda before, and baking soda can help lift, it can help kill bacteria. It's great for fungus, but baking soda and water is used as a disincrustation solution that actually, when put over the face and used with a galvanic machine, some electrotherapy, it causes all of your breakouts to come up to the surface. So it draws things up. And so just amazing. And so it has the same power as almost an enzyme to lift things up. And so as you go forward, make sure that you know why you're doing something, you know what the ingredient does, and we want to check the pH of everything going forward. And so when a company starts asking you, hey, I want to sell you this product, your number one thing is, well, what's the pH? You don't want to wrestle, excuse me. Excuse me. You don't want to wrestle with products that's going to irritate your clients if you don't have to. So sometimes, yes, products can be aggressive, but if you had a product line that had a variation of products and of different pHs, that'll be something you can easily work your clients up to. Okay. Where's skin? We talked about skin, nails, hair. Where is hair, skin, and nails on the pH scale? Anybody?
5.
Yes, it is between 4.5 and 5.5. All right, hair, skin, and nails between a 4.5 and 5.5. It's going to be very important. Anything that falls between 4.5 and 5.5 is what we call acid balance. That's going to be good because when you see a product that said acid balance, even if it's a cleanser, remember it's a gentle cleanser. It reminds you of baby shampoo. Okay, that's why a lot of times when I do lash cleansings, brow cleansings, they use baby shampoo. It's acid balance. It won't get in the client's eye. The clients won't go erratic. You won't have this burning sensation. The products, the shampoos and things like that, that may be too alkaline or too much acid in them, those are the ones that will really irritate the eyes. All right. So you want to make sure you take care of that. And you have that notion. So hair, skin, and nails in our minds, in our textbook is 4.5 to 5.5. Anytime there's a product that says acid balance, you know it's going to be right there with the hair, skin, and nails. It's going to be a gentle cleanser, which means you may have to cleanse twice. So in what instance, if we're doing a basic facial, in what instance will we have to do a double cleanser? Anybody? If you were doing a basic facial, and you know, it initially calls for cleansing, and then you go back for another cleansing, or you can move to exfoliation after analysis. In what instance would you have to do a double cleanser for a client? Sunny. Okay, the instance that you will have to do a double cleanser is when someone who has maybe a lot of buildup on the environment where they work, oil, sweat, dirt. Also, someone who wears makeup all the time. So you initially would do one cleanser, and maybe that cleanser, and if it's acid balance, it did not get everything off. So you would need to go back with an additional cleanser. Okay, so at the end of the day, what I need you guys to know is know your cleansers, know the pHs. All right. And the ones that are set for acid balance, the ones I set for acid balance are also the ones that you will have to go back and do a double cleansing. Okay. So I just want you guys to refresh that. And in your readings, you should have seen it as well. All right. So CRF. Let's make sure we highlight. Let's make sure we highlight this important information here. Okay, so what I have in blue, just make sure we highlight this. And the reason why I say to highlight this, because it's going to be part of your expert information. Okay, so it says pills are sometimes used to restore a skin's natural glow. All right, naturally, cell renewal factor, everybody has this point where their skin renews itself. Your skin, you have layers of skin. And so even when you sleep, when you shower, when you bathe in the morning, you always have this old skin that's coming to the surface, dead skin cells. When you take a bath, you have the ring around it to it. So you always have this old skin that's coming up, okay? What we need to do is, what you need to understand is that the older you get, the longer it takes for the skin to renew itself, okay? This is why sometimes as a person ages, they opt for more advanced treatments and more sophisticated ingredients that help produce faster skin repair. All right. And so you'll find that you'll have some people that just specialize in that. And in your mind, when you see a person of age coming, they may be, just say someone's in their 60, they want to start their healthy skin routine. They've had facials before, but they really want to see some more driven results. They're committed to coming to you consistently. I probably won't give them basic facials all the time. I'm going to opt for them to have some enhanced facials, okay, that's going to target their issues. And some of their issues it may be hyperpigmentation, but it may be wrinkles. It may be saggy skin. So I would probably ask them, what do you don't like about your skin? If they say that, I know that my facial treatments with this client, whatever I use, should incorporate tightening of the skin, okay? Quality product that's going to leave the skin feeling soft, but also works with the machines to kind of firm the skin. So this particular client is probably not going to get my most affordable facial, okay? They'll probably start packaging it up, and it's a special protocol that we may write for this person. I'm trying to help somebody because everybody is not going to get the same level of facial, okay? As you know more about them, especially their age and where they're going from and what they don't like about their skin and what they do like about their skin, the more you add to it, the more expensive or the more detailed this particular service is going to be, all right? And so this is how sometimes you'll sit back and say, I don't know how someone could discount that to $30, $40 with all the work you have to do. All of even the ingredients. If you're making product, the ingredients cost more than what people are charging for the services. So, we have to figure out, we're here to make money. We know this is a thriving industry. And so if there's one group that's not willing to pay that amount over here, that's not your group. Go and find your group that's going to patronize. All right. Come down to that latter part of this highlighted area where it talks about the average rate of cell turnover. Now, for my ladies that are really into social media, this is just a marketing tip. You could take each one of these and create a week worth of information flyers. This will definitely be, or maybe information sessions where you're trying to get new clientele in. You say, hey, a winter customer appreciation, a winter open house, or virtual, FaceTime virtual consultation, whatever. Okay, or you can just go live one night and tell people to pop on, and you ask them their age. And if you ask them their age, they tell you, you know exactly what's going on when it comes to their renewal, and you may know exactly what they need. When people hear that information, they're more likely to book with you because now they become interested in what you know and what you, as the expert, tell them. So that's something that you would need to make sure you keep in mind. Okay, let's look at the last paragraph. It says factors influencing the sale renewal factor includes genetics. So yes, in some individuals, you cannot tell how old they are. In some individuals, they may grow older. In some individuals, they look younger, longer.
Nakarian.
Okay, mute that for me. So some people, when they say they get it from their mama or they get it from their daddy, they definitely might. All right. So make sure, even though we have all this information, genetics plays a big part. The natural environment. All right. The natural environment is where we get that Fitzpatrick scale becomes so important, because the Fitzpatrick scale is also like a geographical map. All right. The Fitzpatrick scale is like a geographical map. All right. Individuals initially become, they initially evolve from like the Netherlands, Ireland area, and they started to mutate, to kind of migrate down into Europe, from Europe to Asia and Africa, and from Asia and Africa to other areas of the world. All right. And so as they got closer, if you're closer to the North Pole, it's cold, it doesn't produce any heat. And so those individuals' skin was lighter. And then as they migrated closer to the equator, which is heat, okay, the sun produced more pigment. You would say, Ms. Cox, how does this naturally? Well, God made us so amazing that when these things occurred, it altered our genetics. And when these individuals would mate or reproduce, a child and do generation, it just carried these genetic genes on down. And that's what we have on it. And so it's easy for you to look at someone too and be very curious about where they're from, because what it does, that information helps you figure out the accuracy of them on that Fitzpatrick scale, the accuracy of them when it comes to melanin, okay, how much, what, and you can even go into studying the type of people or their background and cultures to know what may come up in their skin, that you're trying to find something that's just genetic, that's always going to be there. Hold on one more. In the snow, guys, as I picked up a little cough or cold or something. So, and it's, doing a little something. So, you got genetics, you got natural environment, you got their medical history, along with their lifestyle and personal care. All of this plays important factors in what we tend to, what protocols we tend to use for their skin, okay? And of course, exfoliation methods, all right? And all of this is gonna say whether we use this type of peel or this type of enzyme, or we'll just do dermabrasion. All right. So this is also what I need you to highlight. Keratinize. I never want you to forget the word keratin. K-E-R-A-T-I-E. Okay. Keratin is the protein, and it's found in 97% of your hair, skin, and nails. So it makes your nails firm. It makes your hair firm, and it makes your skin what it is. Okay. Keratin. There's keratin, different keratin disorders of the skin, and a lot of time it's basically a buildup or overabundance of skin cells, which can cause the skin to be in patches or cause the skin to feel leathery, cause the skin even to feel ashy in some areas. Okay, so it says the keratinized corneal layer is composed of approximately 15 to 20 layers and varies in thickness in different body areas. Okay, and so that keratinized corneal layer, if you think of like a flaky biscuit, and it just has layers and layers and layers, that's definitely what you're going to think about. It looks thin to us, but it's just layers and layers, flaky layers and layers, okay? And it just kind of sheds itself continuously, okay? And you have to think of exfoliation efforts. And so most of the time when you go to advanced exfoliation, that is going to be chemical peels. It is going to push those layers up faster and give you a more glowy abundance of the skin, all right? And a lot of times those are what we call trigger results. And people pay for that, and they know there's drastic measures that goes along with it. It peels off the skin, things of that nature. Some people go the slow motion, just using glycolic, hyaluronic acid, or even enzymes, okay? So that's something, based on your knowledge, what you want to do, the level of esthetician and what the client needs is all dependent on what you decide to give to your client, all right? And so this is also an area I wanted you to really understand. It says, while exfoliating is great for the skin, hydrolytic balance must be maintained. And so whenever you see hydro, that means water, okay? So basically the water balance must be maintained, all right? So although you are exfoliating and it's great for the skin, what do you guys think will happen to the skin if you don't put something back on the skin to soften it? Like if you did a microdermabrasion, that makes the skin really, really dry. What if we just left the client like that?
It's gonna become hard and crispy and
tight
and flaky and
so it's telling you, although you are removing those layers of skin, and within those layers of skin is also your moisture, okay? So do that peel, do whatever you do, pull that up, but you gotta have what comes after this, that the serums, the moisturizers, a jelly mask, and really I would do a serum, jelly mask on top of that and put the LED on. What's happening, the LED is pushing the jelly mask ingredients and the serum deeper into the skin. You have to replace what you're taking out. So even though you're doing an amazing job and the skin is looking amazing, what could happen in 2 to 3 days is this client's skin just start looking real ashy, and the client go, what's going on? You have to do it now. It is the freshest time for you to take care of your business how you need to with that client's skin. And it tells you, replace the hydrolytic, okay? It needs to be a balance of that oil and moisture, that water in it. You never want the skin to get allophytic, which is you never want the skin to get super dry or over peeling. Then now we're causing issues with the skin, okay? You don't want to do that. And it's going to be very, very important. It's going to be a lot of imperative notes I want you to take, especially when we get to talking about the actual peels that peel. They must peel on their own. They must release and reshed it on their own. Videos of people assisting and using tweezers and stuff like that, so they're so excited. That's a no-no. Okay, that's a no-no. All right, here's to the good part. Light, medium, and deep peels. Hold on, is Candace on here? Oh.
Yeah, I'm on here, Miss D.
I was just finna say, what's going on, man? Okay, awesome. It's good to have you on. All right. Okay, so we're gonna hold that screen where it is. I want you to screenshot, and I want you guys to take a look at that screen, and we're getting ready to break it in one moment.
Okay. What a minute. It's me right here.
All right. All right, so here we are to the good part. I hope everybody had the opportunity to kind of read this. So this, most of the times when you're looking at chemical peels, you guys are going to find chemical peels in categories of light, medium, and deep. Okay, well, light, yes, it's going to be surface level. It's not really going to penetrate deep into the layers of the skin, deeper layers of the skin. You have your medium ones, and then you have your deep ones. Please note the cautions with the stronger the peel, the more caution you will have, okay? So yes, with deep peels, you may have more contraindications and more caution, okay? Does it look worse before it gets better? Yes. You may have, excuse me, you may have individuals that, just say if it's a Caucasian person and you're giving them a peel, maybe a 2, if they're a 2 or a 3 and they're getting a peel, already you know there's some sensitivity. But if they decide to do a deep peel, they must pass all the flags. The red flags got to go away. If you get the green light to give them a deep peel, you'll probably see their skin turn like fire engine red for like 2 to 3 days. Or their skin will be very, very sensitive, and it'll look like it's sunburned all over. It'll go through that for about 3 days, and then maybe when it gets to the end of the week, it'll start settling off. You'll start to then see some peeling. So after about 11 to 14 days, you'll see that this new skin has come in. But it usually gets worse, as far as the pain sometimes. And everybody's different, So please be aware that deep peels, clients must be mentally prepared for that as well. If they're used to just being pretty all the time, it's not going to, they have to mentally be prepared for everything. All right. It says superficial peeling removes cells from only the stratum corneum. Okay. Superficial or light peels, these are chemical exfoliators, are esthetician administered. So superficial or light peels. We're talking about glycolic hyaluronic acid. Okay. Remember that hyaluronic acid can be, when you have the full strength of hyaluronic acid, it is amazing on the skin as a serum, or you put it on before a mask. You put it on as a night cream, as a night gel, or something under their eyes. It is amazing. Okay, esthetician administered. So that means you simply got to be licensed to administer it, and generally according to the state mandate. So the state mandate for us is going to be 30%. Okay, and under your scope of your license, that's why I wanted you to pay attention to that. It includes enzymes, glycolic acids, lactic acids, and in some cases, Jesner solution, okay, and low percentage TCA. Now, Jesner solution and low percentage TCA, TCA period, are considered strong peels, okay? They can be strong, and they're on the strong end for estheticians to do. So I would advise very in-depth consultation with your clients, and whatever product you're going to use or whoever's going to sell it to you, for them to have training related to it, whether it's neutralizer based or non-neutralizer based. The term chemical exfoliation is sometimes used in place of the word peel, okay, to give it a difference, all right? You don't want some people who just take the word peel and they think they're getting something, but if they're only getting a glycolic 30, that's not, even though it is a peel, maybe it's not what they thought they were getting, okay? So they may have looked at the word peel and thought they were actually going to see some peeling, but you're not going to see that with a glycolic 30. Okay, the state and sometimes in our states, we're not allowed to go further, superficially. So even TCA may be a little too strong for some areas, for estheticians in some states. I do know with Tennessee, the lactic, hyaluronic acid, enzymes, glycolic, all of those are great for us. Okay, you will need some advanced training for Jesner's and TCA. All right, and so make sure when you're adding these as services, you word them correctly if you're using the lesser. Although they are considered acid peels, you can say chemical exfoliation. All right, and you'll have to go into just talking about it and explaining to your clients. It is, but it's just not as strong. It falls on the lighter to medium side of the peels. Okay. Medium and deeper chemical peels and the lighter chemical exfoliation. When we look at these peels, this is what I wanted you to see. Most of the time, with understanding peels, you will need to look at pictures, all right? And a lot of times, looking at the pictures help you understand how deep something is going, okay? When you
Yes,
look
I have a question.
yes, I'm here.
Okay, so do you think the brand The Ordinary, like, do you think that's gentle on the skin?
I
Are you
cannot,
familiar with it?
well, Ordinary, really, when you can't put it in categories where do you recommend this cleanser, do you recommend that serum or whatever. What we need to learn is based on where your client is, that's going to be whether you're going to use those products or not.
Yeah.
Ordinary, to me, okay, I've used it. My skin is sensitive and it peeled a lot, and not the type of peeling that we're used to. Is even the one that was closer to this acid balance, even that particular one, the glycolic, it still peels. And I'm not talking about, flapping back. It irritated me because every morning when I wake up, I would wash my face, but I would also, it's like it dried my skin continuously, even though I was applying more and more serums and creams and things like that. I had more peeling in the corners of my nose. I had more peeling under my chin, under my lip, around my eyes and things of that nature. So I don't know if I had accumulation of dead skin cells. Maybe I should have did a microdermabrasion beforehand. But I think it is good. But here's the thing that makes it good. If you are going to be consistent with it and only use that.
Yeah.
I don't think it really works well with other products. You know how some people got their favorite item over here and then they want to go over here? It's almost like some of these products have this, they recognize if they're not being supported by another brand. And so we have to be very careful with that. Skin scripts is like that as well.
Right.
One product stops at a certain pH, so the other product will pick it up. And when you bring something that's in between there, you throw the pH of the skin off, and the skin gives you the results that I have: drying, redness, some sensitivity into certain areas. So I like The Ordinary. And can I tell you one more thing about it before I move on?
Yeah.
It's too accessible.
Right.
So,
It is.
yeah, so now where it used to be only accessible to professionals, it's too accessible to, it's like one of those things like Murray, anybody could get their hands on it if they know what they're looking for. And so if this is going to be one of your highest service products, your service, in your spa, on your menu, if it's one of your most lucrative services, you need to have a product they can get their hands on. They need your license number. Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. But for me, and I have eczema and just skin sensitivity, it took a minute for me to kind of, once I ran out, I didn't purchase it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked because they have a lot of acid pills. So
it doesn't, they have some, but I know other companies that got way more.
Okay.
And better, but it's attractive to people because it's clean, but I don't know what's clean about a chemical peel.
Right.
So, we'll keep going, but yeah, and that's one of the products we could definitely look into. We'll probably pull up the website too. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
So, you guys here, take a look. Okay, it says before and look at the app. All right. I want you to first look at where it says the 1 It says superficial peels. 1 is superficial peel. 2 in the green is a medium depth peel, and 3 is your deep peels. All right. So if skin is found, if melanin is found deep down on this lower level, okay, at this basal cell, we got melanin that's found on this little thread, okay? Which one of the two, if someone has to get rid of hyperpigmentation, which one of the two you going for? Is the superficial peel getting us to where the melanin is going to break up? No. Superficial peel is just getting us on top. All right. The medium to deep peels is really what's going to go down there and break up that melanin and get rid of that hyperpigmentation. So now that your clients, you see clients say, I've had this hyperpigmentation issue for a minute and it's just, I don't know what to do. And you see products in the stores, they're buying tons of products that say fade cream and stuff like that. That stuff is topical. It's just taking care, it's just the surface. It's not getting down to the problem. So you can tell your clients, stop buying all that stuff. Invest in the services you're going to provide. They probably should book a medium and then over into a deep, and it really will start to break up that melanin, because really hyperpigmentation is just a lot of your melanin cells clumped together. Okay. And you will need that peel to start breaking those melanin cells up. And when you break those melanin cells up, the new skin that arises does not have those dark spots in them. Okay, what else does the peels do? What's the differences that you notice? I'm gonna ask Miss India, what of these two pictures, what's the differences that you notice?
I see where it's going deeper down in the skin.
Yeah.
In the layers of the skin, and I can see where the skin is smoother.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to talk to you about. The skin is smoother. So if you have a client that has, they come in with aging, and those little depths, those little pockets, those are wrinkles. That's the loss of elasticity in the skin. So what happens also, chemical peels can start tightening the skin and rebuilding the elastin fibers. And I don't want you guys to be like, what the heck is that? Elastin fibers is elasticity. Think about the little black rubber bands. Okay, so the peels
you get some snapback.
There you go. Snapback. Okay, so. And when you think of stratum corneum, this top layer, that's where our enzymes are working. That's where that's really our initial scope of practice. That's our safe range, okay? Now our enzymes are working on this surface level. Do we see results after the enzyme? Yeah, we do. But to see better results, you want to have your clients introduce them to the acid peels of medium to deep peels to really get those issues done. Can you make them look amazing and look younger? You absolutely can. All right. But they're going to have to invest in, and you're going to have the knowledge to tell them exactly what they need. Why are we going to play around with it when you know exactly what they need? All right. And remember, we got over here the dermis. Okay. So this is where all of our oil glands, sweat glands, things like that. And when you see those deep peels, they go down and may even do some improvements in some other areas. All right. Will the deep peels last longer? You're absolutely right. They will. All right. So based on the results that your client wants to get, you can tell them there's a price for superficial, then that's an enzyme, then there's a price for medium. All right. Then there's a price for deep. And so nobody should be giving them Just throwing out stuff. We do your research. This is the actual season to do peels, and when this season comes back around, you guys are gonna be more than ready. All right. Let's look at some of the higher strength peels and why they call them TCA and glycolic 50, Jessner's, things of that nature. All right. One thing I want to look at, phenol. Y'all, phenol is a toxin. Phenols are cleansers. It's a toxic cleanser. It can turn into a gas. Like literally, hospitals have used phenols in courts to clean with. And they call this a baker's peel. Until you understand all of it, I'm not putting it on nobody's skin. Okay? Are these the strongest strengths? They absolutely are. TCA, pigmentation. Okay? And really, you have these stronger peels that said, look, we're not going to treat one thing at a time. We're going to get it all at one time. And most of the time, these individuals, these peels will be administered under a doctor's, there we go again, a doctor's care, doctor's license, things of that nature. And they may be administered inside the dermatologist's offices. All right. And so the glycolic 50 or more, yeah, your dermatologist. And I've even seen a 70. Okay. And I used a 70. When I say it's sensated, and I knew I shouldn't use it, but I was amazing. My skin looked beautiful afterwards, but it sensated the heck out of my skin. Okay. And I was really not supposed to be using it, but when you got a friend, you need to be very careful. And I wanted to try it on myself before I tried it on a client. And I can't take it myself. I'm definitely not going to put it on a client. The Jessner's peel, it goes down 4 to 10 layers. So although we have about 20 layers of that corneum, keratinized corneum, this Jessner peel is going to give you a lot. It's going to give you a lot, okay? And it's going to be within your scope, but you need some advanced training on it, okay? And look at what it contains. Lactic acid, which is lactose, think about lactose, it's a milk compound. Salicylic acid, great for acne. Resaquinol, it's great for acne as well. And these can be solvents. And let me tell you, mixed together, they become very powerful. So someone that's really dealing with cystic, like the results of cystic acne, or that this acne followed them from puberty into adulthood, you would do rounds of Jessner's or rounds of TCA. So it wouldn't be just this one thing you would do. You do multiple things. Okay. And again, let's look at phenol. It says a highly acidic deep peel that peels down into the dermis. Okay. Do you need to see what a dermis is? Bam. So your Jessner is going to go from here at the top all the way down to the dermis. Okay, that's a deep peel. All right, and everybody is not going to be equipped to take a peel of that nature. Okay, it says this peel is not commonly used, but it's still important to be aware of. All right, I told you that phenols were used as a cleanser, like a disinfectant, in the hospitals along with quartz, and it could be toxic. So it's not one of those that you use all the time, but maybe it's a strong one, okay? And sometimes they don't use it all the time because people can't take it, but it does the job, okay? But you have to be very, very careful, all right? So let's take a 5. I'm gonna blow my nose and be ready to go so I can stop talking out of one nostril. Let's take a 5 and we'll pick back up. We got 2 videos to watch. And let's take some questions after that, okay? See you in a few minutes. Right, let's get ready to go into our last little part of our theory, and then we're going to move from our ebook over to video. It says medium depth peels are performed primarily with stronger TCA concentrations. Okay. Keyword by physicians. By physicians. I don't know about y'all, but I have seen so many individuals. Hi. Hello, you there? Okay. I have seen so many individuals who are giving clients pills, but they are not under a physician's license. So y'all, I'm really begging y'all to make sure y'all take care of y'all business. And when you go look at advanced training, your advanced training is in things like this. Okay. Yes, your certifications, but also those individuals need to be back with credentials, medical credentials, or have taught. You can trace the credentials, all right? Because you want to make sure you're getting everything, all right? And even opting for continued education. So not just one class, but continued classes on down the way. So these TCA concentrations by physicians to remove the entire epidermis and part of the papillary dermis. Y'all, understand your scope of practice. No way, okay? Because definitely when we talk about physicians doing this, they're getting paid a certain amount. And it's just like those individuals who are doing wig installs and things like that. They're getting paid through the insurance companies. Until you have your medical billing together, you are not paid through insurance companies. You should not be doing this. And when I say doing this, because your average client cannot afford, or you wouldn't even know what to price some of these things of this nature. Okay, that's a note. Here's a gem. I'm gonna drop it. If you know anybody with a medical billing and coding background, okay, this is what they do: medical billing and coding. I would advise you to get with them, and I would advise you when you open up your shops, think about the long run. Okay, if you add the word clinic into your spa, okay, or clinical, you are now eligible to set your business up for individuals to come in and for you to bill insurance companies. So you just calling it Spa Glamorama, that's cute, okay? But how much money are you making, okay? So if you add the word clinic or clinicals, okay, a clinician, you call yourself a clinician esthetician or an LE licensed esthetician after your name. But by simply changing the name of the facility and then saying, hey, we're going to cater to those individuals who have to come here medical wise, or I'll just say military, somebody has acne and it makes them really depressed. All right, somebody has acne, it makes them really depressed. The military is going to say, what can we do to help you move from that depressive state? Because, you know, depression can cause other things to happen, and we don't want that to happen. And so this person said, well, I really want these pills. You would mark, they would come, you will send this up, just like they do in hospitals. They will approve for how much this person can get. You perform the services or the series of services, and then you bill them, you send them the invoice, and they send you the money. Okay? It is mostly a 40-day net, which means once you send it in, 40 days after that, you'll probably get paid. Okay? If you can't afford to wait a good 3 to 6 months for your payment, and sometimes people don't do this at the gate. They do this when you're more established, when you've built some money and some cushion and you got other people working. But most of the times when you do get paid, it's worth it, because if you do a series of 3 to 6 facials and it's acne and you use all these treatments on them and you're doing peels, you may have built that client almost $3,000, almost $4,000 for 6 services. So it's worth it in the long run. You just have to get it started. My friend who's a hairdresser and she does the wigs installs and the insurance pays for it. For one wig install, it's like $2,000. Do she get it that day? No, she gets it in about 4 weeks. Okay, but it's still $2,000 compared to what other people may be charging a couple of hundred. So that's a gem. You know, make sure you guys put a pin in that. That's something else that you can add on down the road as well. But we want to make sure that if you're really wanting to get go into the long run, long money part of it, you will partner with physicians and want to do some of the advanced peels. And even them, they're going to show you more so about medical billing and things of that nature. And then you have individuals, you can go and register with Credit Care once you get your business legitimized and you got the word clinic or skin clinic or something in there. You can go and register with Credit Care. And just like Credit Care would give someone money installments like Afterpay or Karma or something like that to go and get their teeth done or go get their bodies done, they are also approved them to go and get their skin taken care of. Okay, so you can fall into that category as well, especially if you're planning on going into medical aesthetics. And that really would be the only reason that you would apply to with Credit Care and things of that nature. So those are good. Remember, whenever you're in doubt, don't, and try not to go outside of your scope of practice. Let me go back one more. So here at the bottom, it says there's been a movement toward the use of ablasive lasers, all right, versus deep peeling solutions due to the ability to control the depth of the procedure with the former method. Okay, so what's happening with technology, it has just gotten more sophisticated. So just like we don't use the diabetic machine as much because we now have the chemical peels, many individuals are like, we really don't want to risk what could happen to the skin. So let's just use the lasers. Okay. And so what we've found that there are everybody can't use the same lasers. And IPLs, no matter, they're really not made for people of color. Okay. And then IPLs, I've found that we're even used on too close, too sensitized skin, or done too often or repeated pass over that area too much. You could leave the grid marks of the laser on the client's skin. And you're like, what? Yes, you can, as the client's skin heals, you can take your hands and rub it across the client's skin and you can feel the grid of the laser. All right. And what happens after that, the client will need to go through something called resurfacing. Just like if you was to take a pumice stone on your foot, resurfacing, deep peel for that to come up, that skin level to come up and then be replaced. It's expensive and it could hurt really bad. Okay. And when you're done, it may not even work. Okay. So you want to be very, very careful about the lasers that you guys, if you really want to use lasers, you really study lasers. And IPL, intense pulse light, it's like a photo picture. All right. And on melanated skin, this is what happened with darker skin. When at nighttime, when you take a picture with your phone, it gives you a flash. So what happens, you take the area, you're trying to improve that skin tone. You're trying to get rid of the hair. You're trying to do whatever in that particular area. Once you find that area and you hit that light and that machine sends that laser down deep into those areas, okay? when that light hits, that light doesn't stay within its perimeter. It blasts outside of its perimeter. So what happens, now you have hypopigmentation instead of hyper. All right. So now you have the white spots start breaking up that smooth melanated skin. So now you got white spots, or you get that looks like really like a jigsaw puzzle. Okay. And the clients will go, how long is it going to take to fix this? And you won't see it instantly. You'll see it over a period of time. And you're like, how long is it going to take to fix this? You don't know. It could take up to a year for that skin to get back to even skin tone. You just don't know. Okay. And if it even gets that way. Okay. It says with lasers, you can limit the number of passes, but peel solutions may penetrate beyond the desired depth. And so peel solutions can go deeper. Okay. I know one individual, he gets his results from peels, and he does peels on himself all the time. Okay. His skin is not, because men's skin can be tougher, but I think peels should be introduced to males as well, because it could take care of some of the issues that they have going on that they're thinking just the razor or the clipper can take care of. So yes, when I talk about male grooming, I am talking about the estheticians getting more into male grooming, where you are offering them these type of services. All right. And so, yes, they can go get their haircut, but you need to be their esthetician. Not only give them a facial, let's talk about getting rid of some of that stuff that's in those pores, those dark spots, some of those, you go from enzyme all the way down to chemical peels. Okay. So we'll look at that there, and let's go back in.
Nicole may have a report on him.
Let's go back in and check our first video, and then we're going to prepare to close out for the evening. I do plan on finishing this week. I'm not giving you an assignment tonight, but I will have your assignment ready on Wednesday when you come back. So get ready, and then that assignment Wednesday will be due on Sunday. Make sure you have it in on Sunday, not Monday morning. Okay, let's watch our video here.
Miss Destiny, your computer, laptop, or whatever it is gonna die, just in case, if you're not watching it. I don't want it to die in the middle of our video.
I appreciate you. That's that 2%. You know, I wasn't even looking at that. Thank you, Sonny. See, Sonny, this is why I need my coffee.
I miss that. I miss you.
Hey, y'all. I'm gonna drop the video in the group, okay? I'm gonna save this video, or you guys can watch the video. Just go through, continue reading the chapter, and actually that video, mini procedure chemical exfoliation, go ahead and watch that as your homework for tonight, and check the group for tomorrow. Any updates? I will see you guys on Wednesday. Tomorrow we have Cosmo in the mornings, and I think we have Cosmo at night tomorrow too. Okay, and I'll see you guys Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon back for aesthetics. Y'all have a blessed and amazing day. I need to go charge it. Thank you, Sonny. I need to go charge it because I still need to use this iPad. Y'all have a great night.
Have a good night.
You too.
Hey, you do as well.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
I miss
Bye.
y'all.
Good night.
I miss you too.